The Gabonese President Ali Bongo Ondimba will preside today the solemn ceremony for the return of the Constitutional Court. Ghana's Information Ministry on Monday said security operatives had foiled the coup plot and arrested the masterminds. The judges examining the appeal by the former dictator's family have decided that his remains should be taken to the Pardo cemetery where his wife. That's all for our top stories today. Stay tuned for more details in this newscast. On Tuesday, September 24th, the members of the Constitutional Court were sworn in before the President of the Republic, Ali Bongo Ondimba. It was during a solemn ceremony held at the headquarters of the institution located at the Boulevard du Bord de Mer in the 3rd District of Libreville. It is in accordance with the provisions of Article 90 of the Basic Law that the 9 members of the constitutional institution will, with their left hand on the Constitution and their right hand raised, take their oath before the head of state. In a statement posted on Twitter, Ghana's government said the plot targeting the presidency had the ultimate aim of destabilizing the country. The statement added that the government had monitored activities of the plotters for 15 months, culminating in the arrest of 3 plotters and seizure of weapons last Friday. According to the Ghanaian government, a group known as Take Action Ghana was working to recruit and radicalize a base of young people against the political authorities under the guise of nation building. The government statement said it had arrested the group's leader, identified as Frederick Yao McPalm, Esau Kafui, and Bright Alan Deborah Ofosu. The government claims that the group was plotting with serving military officials, procure weapons, take over key installations, and secure funding with an aim of taking over government. During the seizure, government says it was able to recover a stash of weapons including 6 pistols, 3 smoke grenades, 22 IEDs, 2 AK-47 magazines, computer equipment, and 1 long knife. Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo was elected in 2016 and will be seeking a second term next year.
The Spanish government will be able to exhume former dictator Francisco Franco from the Valley of the Fallen Monument and take his remains to El Padro Mingo Rubio Cemetery in the northern region of Madrid. That's according to a ruling today by the Supreme Court, which gives the green light to one of the principal policies of the Social Party government, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. The government may be able to transfer Franco's remains before Spaniards return to polls on November 10. In an anonymous decision, the judges from Spanish top court dismissed the appeal filed by, among others, the grandchildren of Franco. They wanted their grandfather to be left where he was, or if he had to be removed, to be taken from the family crypt in La Almudena Cathedral in the center of Madrid. This would have presented a major headache for both the government and the authorities, given the cathedral's location in one of the capital city tourist hotspots. Spain's caretaker government has been awaiting for this ruling with bated breath. Sanchez's closest advisors have spent huge amounts of time and effort to make the exhibition a reality, but have constantly come up against juridical rulings and appeals from the family, as well as unforeseen issues with Spanish Catholic Church.
Days after millions of young people joined protests worldwide to demand emergency action on climate change, leaders gathered for the annual United Nations General Assembly, aiming to inject fresh momentum into efforts to curb carbon emissions. But Thunberg predicted the summit would not deliver any new plans in line with the radical cuts in greenhouse gas emissions, which scientists say are needed to avoid catastrophic climate breakdown. Despite Guterres' effort, the summit was somewhat overshadowed by its absentees, most notably the United States and Jair Bolsonaro's Brazil, whose representatives were reportedly not selected to make a presentation there because of Brazil's failure to outline plans to strengthen its efforts to counter climate change. Donald Trump did visit the UN on Monday, but only briefly dipped into the climate summit to see Modi's speech before attending a meeting which he had called on religious freedom. Messi racked half a century of goals in another prolific season as he claimed his 10th La Liga title with Barcelona. Van Dijk was exceptional in Liverpool's defensive unit as they finished second in the Premier League and won the Champions League by beating Tottenham in Madrid, while Ronaldo was Juventus' top scorer as they won Serie A and also won the Nations League with Portugal. But neither could match Messi's exceptional show of talents over the year, and the 32-year-old collected his 6th gong. Van Dijk's Liverpool teammate Alisson Becker won the men's best goalkeeper prize, while their manager Jurgen Klopp was named best manager and used the stage to announce his commitment to Common Goal, a charity founded by Juan Mata, pledging 1% of salaries to charity. The women's best player was named as Megan Rapinoe, the US star, who helped to win the World Cup this summer. She beats her US teammate Alex Morgan and England's Lucy Bronze to the award. The Gabonese President Ali Bongo Ondimba will preside today the solemn ceremony for the return of the Constitutional Court. Ghana's Information Ministry on Monday said security operatives had foiled the coup plot and arrested the masterminds. The judges examining the appeal by the former dictator's family have decided that his remains should be taken to the Pardo cemetery where his wife. That's the end of our newscast of the day, but keep watching Gabon 24 for further news.